Hello, and welcome to another Final Fantasy Randomizer race here in our Winter Tournament 2025, the Great Chaos Caper. This is a quarterfinals race between Meklin and Felissan. I'm Rax, and I'm joined in the booth by Dark Moon. Dark Moon, how's it going? Absolutely not. They actually faced in the round of 32. Felissan won in 3, but Meklin got the higher score in the qualifier that got them both in here. And they actually, as you mentioned, they were both in our 2024 Duckling events. They're actually the third place finishers of both 2024 events. So
Rax covering for me after my microphone was apparently muted. Thank you, Rax. No, but this is going to be a good one. I'm looking forward to this match a lot. I think this one's going to be excellent. Thank you for having me on this, and I will work out my technical issues very quickly.
Oh, absolutely. It's all good.
So we have here, amusingly, I rolled this seed. I'm sorry for everyone, but also not. Double Fighter Forced. Hilariously right there. You can see it from their party. You can see it from the double star on their blurstings. They do get plus 10 strength on those fighters, so that'll be nice, but I'm sure they were really hoping they'd get a thief instead with that buff magic plus the white ninja that they would get, and that would have been a whole lot nicer.
Yeah, and they might even consider picking it up. One of the things that's super important in this flag set, we have a vanilla fiends in with scripts, and their HP is something like 170 to 200% scaling. And so fast, temper, really important. That may be why Meklin took the Black Mage here, to make sure to have enough fast casts if you don't find a Thief early, or if you decide you want 2 Mages, and we're off.
Yep, I will get everyone synced. I agree with you to a certain extent. I think, honestly, we can see from their parties what they were each going to be looking for right there. Felissan was hoping for good life magic that they can get for the red mage, along with temper and fast being easily accessible. Maybe a white mage or a thief is in their future. Fast, we can see, is right here already. Meanwhile, I think Meklin was banking on just the fast and temper being available, and then probably a white mage for them over a thief, if I had to guess on party comp.
That may be, but Meklin reset took a red mage here, I think.
Oh, there you go then. See, I was wondering why I saw him enter town twice, but I was trying to chat and sync stream, so there we go. So yeah, no, I believe, especially with that loadout, fast and life at level 1, red mage is your powerhouse for this seat.
Yeah, and red mage has the temper too, so even if that rolls late, they'll have at least a couple charges.
Absolutely. So we got scimitars early. Garland did something they didn't like. Oh, I think they didn't equip their scimitars, but yeah, scimitar plus 5 is going to be really strong. It's going to be a nice bit of damage. You can see 140 right there with that plus 10 strength. Fighter is already doing work. Buffed swords, buffed beefcake. Good to go there. Get our ship. And our 2,000-year-old rod.
Meklin is checking the chests here, where Felissan didn't. They found a wizard staff so far, which could be nice against carry. Katana plus 2. We don't have any legendary swords blurstings, so that will not be helpful.
Well, but with the red mage in their party that they decided to switch out for, which I agree with, honestly. I can see why they went with the black mage initially, like what they were banking on. I can see why they decided to switch to the red mage. If they get a thief and they class change, that katana becomes very useful and they have triple melee.
Apparently, that is a white mage, and we just can't tell because of the alternate sprite.
Oh. Well then. Okay. Well, but...
Yeah.
No, but they have the black mage was the beholder. So if that's a white mage there, they re-rolled for a white mage, saw that there was a black mage in town, went for both, And they're not going to have a thief for that katana at all, so... Oops. I guess it's money.
We see a quake on the pirates on Felissan's side. It looks like she didn't find any sweeper then, or at least not any sweeper that the red mage could use.
They
Good
have a
enough,
sweeper.
though.
It's called Fighter Strength.
It
worked
a slow
out
one, but it gets the job
It
done.
gets the job done. Crystal there that they can immediately turn in, which I like. And that is something to point out when you're playing this game. Water enemies cannot be quaked because you can't use earth magic on the water. It's one of those interesting quirks that just kind of makes sense. But pirates, unlike Kaizoku's, do not count as water enemies.
Makes sense.
Yep.
We do see Meklin pick up pro rings, able to sell the katana, so at least it's good for something.
Mm-hmm.
But they're a little behind in terms of progression now, as Felissan has not yet turned in that crystal, probably about to do that.
I see chat voting for a Matoya chime block. I don't think with the game giving us this early we're gonna see it, but hey, if we do, I'll eat those words there. Yeah, there you go. Weird sword is nice. Oh wow, okay. Well,
Mazza +4.
Free Mazza. No one cares about that katana anymore. And we have the TNT to continue our world tour.
Absolutely. Pardon me.
You're good.
And do you see that's a land bridge and not the actual normal bridge?
Mm-hmm.
So Felissan did have to walk all the way up there.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not a big deal. About to turn in the TNT, I think, clearing some encounters out, and Meklin's getting the news about the level 2 magic.
Yeah, with the map edits we have on right now, certain things like that land bridge are going to be automatic, and you're just kind of get adjusted to it. Ice 2 sword's nice, Light Axe is nice, neither of them are as nice as our Mazza +4, but still, it's nice to have them for that second fighter. You can, whichever one you want on there. Meklin will actually do well with that Light Axe, because that's going to be... Oh, look, Lazy Dwarves. Light Axe is going to give his White Mage things to do, even though they have, I think, Harm 2 and Cure 4 right now as well. So, like, they're not hurting for it, but bonus free casts of Harm 2 are bad. And the canal, so we can get out. If we want to. Which I think we do, right? Don't think we have anything else.
Do.
Yeah, there's nothing else to do here. So do you go check stages next, or what else is available to us?
So you could check sages, you could go do the raw, do earth. You could check the item shop at sages, or you could check the item shop in Gaia if you really wanted.
Northern Docks on?
Not just Northern Docks, but also the bridge from Lefane.
Oh god, I'm not walking over there.
No.
No. Well, I mean, I guess I could see parking at the lower lower Provoca dock and doing a unsaved walk all the way up to Lefane and then reset back if, like, Lefane and Gaia don't have the item you're looking for. But I think I'd rather hold off on that if I can help it and go check anything else.
No, I like this play.
Yeah.
It gives you another item shop look. It gives you a guaranteed item. It's not anything. How's it expensive, too?
Oh, and by you mentioning that we have the openings for Lefane and over to Gaia and over to every place else, we don't have Canoe yet, although that might change. Nope. Oxyale is on here for us. But that does mean that there are certain other dungeons that are available to us by default, like, if it's not chime locked, you can get into the lower half of Sky, for example. I wouldn't want to, but you could.
I feel like if the game sent you over there anyway, like if you got the bottle out of Earth, say, maybe you go open the boxes, try to pick up a couple levels, but I wouldn't. It's just such a long walk, and even with 4 encounters every 256, it's not worth it.
No, I fully agree. I don't want to do anything that's that far out of the way, especially when you're in quarterfinals and you feel like every single misstep that you take is just giving your opponent a quick lead. Like, you don't want to do any of that. But, like, Northern Docks are on, so the game is saying go to Sea Shrine now. I don't want to do Sea Shrine at level, 5? But the game wants us to, which is disgusting.
The incentive item is locked, though. So we can't actually get the incentive. We could go fight Kraken if we wanted.
Well, there is an item shop to check here, though.
Oh, that's true.
And if it's, say, the key... Oh! No, that wasn't... That was just perfectly placed saving that wasn't an Oxyale block, or a Chime block. I'm like, why didn't we go in?
Yeah, I think Chen can't block towns in these flags. It's just everything else.
That Frost Giant was super beefy, but died to a Quake. It's rare you see the Frost Giant die to a Quake.
That's, I guess, trying to pick up a couple levels here?
I guess if they're thinking they're going to go wander in and do some of Sea Shrine in the process, whether or not they remember that it's a locked item, they should at this point, because that's been on since the start of the tournament, right?
I'd be shocked if she forgot that here.
Yeah. Levels are still helpful, though. I mean, this is a good grind spot as any. Now, is the item here? It is, and it's the key!
Oh, so you could go in. You just need 36,000 gold, that's all.
The game doesn't care about that. It expects you to already have it. What, you weren't grinding this whole time? Come on.
You might be able to get some of that gold.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
That's
no,
fine.
you could actually do a dive. You could do a dive into Sea Shrine for money to get key to go back into Sea Shrine. But they're not going to.
You could go left first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like even at level 8 or 9, it's...
I think that's a more viable option if you had Exit, for example. Like, I would risk...
True.
Yeah, I would risk going in. I think they're going to do Mirage Tower, which between the two, I'd rather do Mirage Tower with this loadout. They're both going to feel gross, but... Also, I guess you could try grinding on the overworld here, because you've got 5 quadrants to check. That... Not what they're doing, but still, like... viable if you had to. And Meklin's still working on catching up. I feel bad when they get the news that, you know, they're gonna have to do all this.
Well, they might do Earth first.
That's
and that
possible.
could be a dud. Or it could lead in a different direction for progression. We don't know.
Well, you are right. With Earth on the table, Earth is more keyed towards them, especially with Quake. Like, the only thing you have to really worry about in there are wizards and jerkbirds that won't respond to the Quake, but most other stuff will, and the game did give you the rod to try and say, hey, by the way, come over here. Like, there isn't logic in the game, but there isn't not logic, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Felissan finding small gold chests and a couple of shards. Meklin checked the level 3 magic, didn't see much, heal 3 and lock, which are fine to have, but not gonna help us get through this early game.
No. I don't hate coming in here for the Catmen, although they are hitting like trucks. And using instant death to try and take them out is smart, especially when you have the, ow. You don't want your Mazda caster to go down. But especially when we have the auto retarget on. And they do get through it, and they have life, so not the end of the world.
Now, and we see Exit and Fade at level 4 white, so Meklin taking the white mage actually going to be a little paid off there.
Yeah. Well, oh, ouch. I don't think she's getting out with these.
That looks bad.
Yeah, that's a wipe, but do it again, you know it's there. Just reset out of this. I would reset this and... okay, running is fine.
Yeah.
But no, with Exit on the table, I could see, like, Meklin doing, say, Earth, and then maybe going and doing Sea Shrine instead of trying to do this play over here for Sky, you know?
Yeah, especially, like, opening boxes, finding things. You might just find the money, and you will get some money from these fights, but like Meklin sold that katana, they might find something else. I wouldn't be selling the Masa in this situation, but maybe they find some armor, and they decide that early access to the key is better, or something like that.
There's another katana floating out there you could sell for money. You probably wouldn't sell any of the normal armor we'd sell, because, like, double fighter, you actually want to keep it. But there's got to be some stuff that would be worth selling that we could find. Something viable.
Nightmare with Blaze, that's not great.
Well, I also don't... I fear this Burb mummy pack we have, because you never... Yeah, no, that was the right call. Just run away. Just run away.
No, and just in case anyone isn't aware, we have vanilla touch attacks, so that the scripts on these enemies are random. But those birds will turn you to stone
Yep.
just by hitting you.
No, I agree. I want nothing to do with that. But yeah, I could totally see what Felissan's going for. She knows that Key is, like, probably the next step in progression. And it unlocks so much. Like, it unlocks Sea Shrine, it unlocks Canaria. You don't want to just not try and get it while you can.
Absolutely. And I think, I would be feeling in her shoes, like, I came all the way over here, I went to the other side of the world, I went in and, like, got this information. I need to take advantage of this.
I need some payoff. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Coming up here to Gaia, I assume this is to... We don't have bottles, so... Just for healing? Yeah.
Yep, and you could check the tavern.
To see what the recruit is.
I don't know if she intends to take a fourth character. I don't think she checked in Onrak.
No.
I might have missed it.
She is checking here. Hey, you want... this? Do you want a third fighter? Oh, are you... Okay. I was...
Okay.
She had to revive. I was like, you're not, are you? Because that would be the boldest play, and I love it. Although, also, if she really wanted a 3-man, she could have just recruited it to kill it and never have to worry about it again. Not that, like, it saves much time, but it's there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it actually is better to not recruit at all, because then it doesn't cast magic on the character, even during, like, area of effect ones, but, Chat rooting for triple thieves right there. I'm up for trip thieves. I think or trip fighters. I think it'd be hilarious.
I feel like if they had like a magic blur thing that was good, I might almost consider it, because you get so much gear in these fights.
I feel like Felissan should just reset out of this and try again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, the second I saw that they had stun touch, which I don't remember they do in vanilla, but clearly they do. There's a part of me that also... Oh, nope, never mind. I was like, there's a part of me that wants to take this fight. No. So I'm feeling like maybe we shouldn't be here.
Yeah, this is... I've had this happen a couple of times, too, where, like, it feels like you're being pushed to early Sky, and then Sky's just rough.
So, health is just a resource, in case you were wondering.
Yep.
Wow! And Meklin is already leaving Earth.
I think this is going back to revive because of losing both masters, and unfortunately that's going to require going all the way back to Canaria or Elfland. Because
Nullmondish hospitality is not on. Getting the big heal, though, I cannot blame them for that. Fastest way to do it. There's a second katana.
There is the other katana.
Yep. That's money. Now, unfortunately, they didn't hit Elfland to know that exit was there, so they have to walk this back out.
And I don't remember if that was a slot that the Red Mage could learn. It was slot 2?
I didn't see. Slot 2 is no.
Okay. So, Felissan's not going to have access to that unless she picks up a White Mage, which I think is unlikely.
At this point, yeah. Like, she might be saving her slot for it, but...
Yeah, I think if she were looking hard for a thief, she probably would have checked in Onrak. They could have just forgotten that.
I thought Felissan was walking away, but now she's walking back.
Maybe selling the katana now because Onrak doesn't have a weapon shop.
Oh, smart. That's something I wouldn't think about. I would sail my way all the way over there and be like, damn it.
And gets a couple good experience fights on the way. It's a shame not to have more shards taking those fights, but it still helps you get up there. Meklin is going to check the other tile in Earth. Has already had one fighter turn to stone.
This is a no.
No.
That's a hard pass.
Yep.
Yeah. Hard pass indeed. But yeah, Felissan has her key money, as chat is pointing out, so that puts Sea Shrine on the table. And she has the levels now, she might actually be able to handle a bit of Sea Shrine.
Yeah, I'd still be scared about cracking. Ooh, if you can get through this, it's good.
Mm-hmm. Well, Fast should help finish it off, because she already did 400 damage. Yep. I don't even mind that I lost a character there. That actually made things a little better for the fighter I still had.
Leaving it down even with life magic.
You can get it up at on rack. There's no reason to revive right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Save the frames.
Checking extra boxes.
Mm-hmm. Meklin, I get what they're doing, especially early game, checking everything they can. I do know Meklin sometimes likes to loot Goblin a little in these flags, just on the hopes of getting better gear.
Well, this room probably won't give better gear. There's only one box that isn't a shard, but there are 2 shards.
Well, but...
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, look, the Roostic is actually really nice.
Yeah, wow.
I was just going to mention the fact that, like, you never know where a good piece of gear is going to be. I've seen Meklin check the Bane Sword chest in Sky and get rewarded for it, so sometimes you do what you do.
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to ask, maybe our tracker wrote this down and I missed it. What's our actual number of shards? Because in this flag set, it's between 24 and 32.
Well, I can load the ROM in a sec if our tracker doesn't already have it available. Don't see it just yet. Let me load the ROM. I will check. Because it tells us on the front screen.
Yeah. Because that affects how many boxes you want to open, too. I personally would be more likely to go and look at some of this stuff if you need 31 or 32 than if you need, like, 25.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Tracker said it looked like 32. We'll find out for sure here shortly. Felissan
26.
Go 26?
26,
oh, okay.
It says on the title screen.
A little faster then.
Unless the game is lying to me, which maybe it is. But they menu so fast, I wouldn't doubt that we just missed it. Okay, Meklin walking all the way out from Earth 2. Maybe either didn't have charges on exit, or didn't buy it, or White Mage was down, I'm not sure. I just saw the walkout, and I'm like, that's slow.
Yeah, the White Mage was up. Cast a life spell. Maybe just didn't have the charge.
Maybe didn't have the charge. Could still be very low level at this point. I mean, we know Felissan has a lot of levels for their 2, which they're definitely focusing on 2 right now. But needs to put a sword on that red mage at some point. Maybe move that ice sword down if they're not going to keep the fighter down for a little while.
Yeah.
Felissan is definitely, specifically, trying to... Ouch. Well, there goes that red mage. Ouch.
Oh, this is...
Yeah, this is not... No. That lobster... Ow. That was a loss. Felissan is definitely focused on trying to just power level her one fighter.
Which makes sense, but this is a tough place to do it with these packs, and she doesn't really have armor to speak of, I don't think.
No. So we don't take that chest again right now. Oh, both their characters are up now. Double fighter strats. Oh, I just noticed we don't have the timer going. I am sorry, guys. I will get that rolling right now. And let me actually sync it up with where we are. Okay, this is gonna look a little funky for a couple here, everyone. Sorry.
Oh, good. Meklin gets through the miniature speed bump. Felissan makes a point of carbonating Legendary. Tried to carbonate Bubbles there and missed, it looks like, but gets it on the way out.
There we go.
Iron Helmet +5, that's not atrocious.
I'd take any armor at this point if I have to.
Yeah. Especially with the hits those lobsters were doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if you have any hope of going through the rest of this dungeon, you're gonna see lobsters again. You need protection.
Now, I guess Meklin picking up that katana in Temple of Fiends may
Ouch.
act. Oh, oh no,
Ouch.
oh no.
Blaze Grumps. So. Ouch.
And Blair. Oh my goodness. This
I
is. Oh.
I don't want to be here. Honestly, I don't want to be at any of the dungeons we can go to. I just
No,
don't.
that. And that might be the incentive. This one might be the incentive that felissan is in danger of dying on again. Although it could be the TFC, the lock chest on the floor above this.
She survived it. That's what matters. And it's the crown.
It's the crown. All right.
Nice to have. Update for anyone watching, we did update our icons here, so the crown now looks like a much more royal crown. Still the crown. Apparently she doesn't have pure pots. Because she's walking out with
the one on the fighter.
Yeah, that's walking out with the sound of our people.
Sometimes you gotta do it.
Yep.
Now, do you just leave after this? Go turn in the crown and see what happens?
I don't feel like I have the armor or the levels to survive this. The only downside is I really hate... I guess we gotta come back if we want to check waterfalls. But I usually hate leaving a dungeon half completed. But I can't see us taking out Kraken right now without, like, all the luck in the world. And I don't feel like our party is viable up until we have, like, say, 10 more levels. So, I think you gotta leave.
I think so, too.
Yeah. I don't like it, but knowing that we have to come back with Canoe later and basically we were forced to come here to do all this just to continue progression in the game, I feel a little less bad about it.
Yeah, and Tharkus in chat points out you can do the key checks elsewhere. That does get you the Canary unlocked incentive.
It does.
Oh, you can't use the Northern Dock because you don't have the Canoe.
No Canoe. I mean, you could go further over to the Provoca dock and do it that way. There's that Northern Dock that's over by the Provoca area that you could park at. I don't believe that's removed on map edits.
No, you can still do that.
Yeah.
Although, is it on the left or the right side? I guess if it's on the right side, you just go around. There's a bridge there.
Yeah, you take the long path from the North Provoca dock over and through. I'm not sure if that's faster or not than this, but this does provide her the opportunity to go and hit Elfland.
Meklin fighting these grumps again, but gets a fire 3 off this time, and they probably have like 20 hit points, so that takes care of it.
So, Lock was available to the Red Mage, and then Heal 3 was not. Heal 3 will never be available to them. Level 4, just to confirm. Exit is slot 2, so they won't be getting that, and Fade is slot 2, or slot 4.
Oh.
I think they can get that post-promo. But when you have Fire 3 available to you as well, you probably aren't thinking about it. Fire 3 is going to be good enough for that slot.
Yeah.
And there's the herb.
That's the herb?
Yep. And exits. Now,
yeah.
Who has progression? What is Canoe? Or what is Crown? And what is herb? One of them is going to have something good, I'm sure.
I think it has to be one of those, or Canary alone.
So did Sea Shrine force us to double dip to get Canoe, or was herb the path all along?
Oh, we're taking the thief? felissan taking the thief? I don't mind that.
No, I like that. She has a katana that I'm not sure if she sold both of them.
I don't think so.
And
but she can pick up the other one.
So
she doesn't have one right now.
More importantly, though, the real important thing for her here is just the running.
Absolutely.
That, like,
Did
the number...
Floater?
I never can... Well, by thief. There we go! Quad X sword takes care of it! And floater. Okay, so felissan is in a great place right now.
Yeah, that's access to most things. All you really need is Canoe.
Ruby from the herb
Ruby from the herb.
We could make an inappropriate joke right now about herb to a brownie. I'm not going to. You can fill in the blanks yourself.
I missed that. I'm just too locked in on FFR.
Yeah, apparently not checking. Oh, there we go for the key locks.
Yeah, might as well while you're here,
Mhm.
especially with the shard count being so low right now.
And the fights here that she's going to get for these, she should be able to take.
Oh, absolutely.
Assuming there's not something hideous on the spell list, which so far I've managed to provide every time.
True.
Another shard for the count. Now we're going to go see what is over here at Sarda and at Titan. Titan's incentivized, yes?
Titan is incentivized.
Okay.
So there's 2 checks behind this. One of which felissan can get now.
Yeah, she can get the Sarda check. A chunk.
A ribbon in Canaria Loft? That's great.
That's nice to see.
A little surprised it goes on the thief right away.
And the bottle, which we could turn in from a very long walk one way or another if we wanted to.
It's not as bad with the boat over to Mirage, but it's not good.
It's not great. Kind of want the cue before I go and do that. But there is the canoe, so felissan should be able to get that. Yep. So far, Herb has not necessarily produced money for Meklin yet. It's hard to see whether or not he made the right choice in that dive.
Yeah, I mean, he gets to do some of the canoe things without having to double dip places, maybe, but he's not going to have access to the floater for much longer if he doesn't follow what he would have been able to do without the canoe.
And Tail from Canaria. So we have class change on the table for felissan. She will be happy if she decides to find that katana over in Toph at some point.
She can also get the incentive item while she's here doing this. The only concern that I have with this is that it might take her away from that canoe.
Yes.
Might lead her to do other things first. But that's not the end of the world. She'll have to go back fairly soon.
Gonna see if she can do these green dragons. Well, if you sword strike and then do that, that works. Thief, I don't think you're gonna be allowed to stay alive, Thief. I'm just putting that out there.
Yeah, might put the Thief at the bottom for these, although this counter looks tough. We'll see. Hopefully the Quad X... Okay, no, this is fine.
Oh, but we're out of the third Quad X. Go try and stun them. That's a bold choice. Or, okay, Ice Sword. Ice Sword doing work.
A lot of XP, though.
Ribbon. Second ribbon for her.
And those are ribbons that both players will probably find, so that reduces the value of Wall, which Meklin did pick up. It's still always nice, because you can never have 4. But any ribbons in this flag set is kind of a blessing.
Well, if she's lucky on gear, since she has the double fighter going on, she could, in theory, end up with the almost ribbon of Dragon plus not Opal, plus Aegis plus a Pro Ring.
That's true. That's like 80% of the resistances or something?
Yeah, you don't have the Earth protection, I think, which is one of the key ones, and Chaos does have Crack, which could cause a problem. But otherwise, you get almost everything you need.
Meklin finds a third Pro Ring, and that's the loot.
So that's technically Go mode. Technically. Still just need shards.
22 shards.
Yep. Just need shards.
not going to class change.
It's curious. Yeah, I'm not sure. She looked at it. Maybe it's... Did she actually try to go in? And was she chime blocked?
Oh, that might have been it. That's not a town. That can be chime locked.
Can be. Because I know she landed and she saved and she paused, and then she decided not to go in. Meklin, meanwhile, is getting kicked out of ordeals, apparently, from chat. I wasn't looking for a second because we were so confused over the promo, but finds a... Like, that's like a 3-room dive into there. Oh, yeah, I think they got bumped out by stunning mummies, because I saw them fighting the mummies earlier. So...
that would do it.
Yep. Fruity, stunny mummy. That's what they are.
Because they don't have either of those ribbons yet.
Dragon sword, that's nice. And then iron armor. Yep, exactly. Put it on that thief. One day thief will get experience. Power bonk and ordeals. So, no progression, but flame armor's nice.
Yeah, flame armor power bonk is good. You kind of hope to get a little more than that, maybe, but...
Definitely want actual progression. Which Felissan's on the path for at this point.
No, at this point, it just has to... Like, everything else is behind the key.
Not that you need much, you're just wanting chime at some point. That's about it. Chime to get tail to... Or chime to turn in tail, so you don't have to worry about it anymore. And shards.
Yeah, Meklin able to go to the Oasis because they have the canoe. Unfortunately, that's just wasted time because they're about to find the key, and they don't have the money, although they can probably get there.
They can get there from Sea Shrine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, gonna go do Waterfall. Okay, so we can see what's here. I did forget this was a thing. Talked about it earlier, and then my brain deleted it.
Yeah.
I was here! Why would I come back?
Felissan is still opening boxes in Volcano. I think this is reasonable. There's still plenty of gear that would be nice, but... This could be an incentive non...
Yeah.
It could be Excal, and so it makes sense to open everything until you find the incentive.
And I mean, with class change potentially on the table, I wouldn't necessarily complain about an Excal. Yeah, these mummies are gross. These mummies are definitely gross.
Yeah.
Oh. Ow!
Ice 2 as well? Oh, that's...
But we get away. That's all that matters.
Yeah, probably put that ribbon on somebody. Good idea.
That's a good one, yeah. Defense +1 and a shard. And rock galls. I would take all of this.
Rock was not a terrible grind tile, right?
No, I mean, they seem to ambushy. I'm not sure if I'd appreciate that, although may not be ambushy for Felissan with an actual thief. But,
yeah.
You got a Maza. Maza will take care of it.
So we get the defense sword and one shard. We also have the ruse stick.
She doesn't.
She doesn't.
She doesn't, so that defense sword is actually good for her. Plus, it's technically an endgame sword that she can swing as well.
Yeah, if you never... Well, no, if you can't find the chime, then you wouldn't be able to.
You wouldn't be able to. But if you do find the chime, that's technically an endgame sword that you could use. I'm not sure I'd really like it in this flag set, but you could.
Meklin exits out, then goes back in. Looking for that green dragon again, maybe, in the encounter table?
Maybe. Definitely wanting something. Although this is such a long, early walk, I don't feel like this is worth it. That was a long time to walk to get blazed.
Felissan down to something like 10, 15 heal potions here. Should still be okay.
Should be okay. I think she's also expecting to just take out Carrie at this point.
Probably. Yeah, with Ice Sword and Masa plus whatever it is.
Yeah, Ice, Dragon, Maza, and Fast. There's our slab. I feel like going in and trying to take it out is viable.
Absolutely.
Skips the red D, can't blame her. She got the item here, doesn't want to have to deal with the double pack of whatever was there. One's an Agama, we know that much, but still. No, wait, maybe not Agama, because that was the test, that wasn't the tile.
Yeah. Meklin, I guess one of these mud galls, but that's the last encounter. I don't know, that's a lot of time.
And, like, not as good as the rock gall fight would have been. If you wanted fights, go with the rock galls. Meklin's trying to do a grind, and I don't agree with this here. This is not the place to grind. There's the green dragon he wanted.
But it's only one.
Yeah.
Carry down while we were thinking about a single encounter. That's a good sign for Felissan.
I honestly wasn't too worried about that Carrie fight. Like, 3 powerful swords and 2 buffing mages, she was fine. Carrie 2 can be a problem for the party. Carrie 1 didn't feel like it was going to be. This is Felissan getting her canoe now.
Meklin was grinding for the gold.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I still don't know if I like the way that they did it. But
No,
it makes sense that they had to do it somewhere.
I don't know how much the rock gall actually provides in the way of, let's find out. Let's see how much their gold is.
That's true. It could be one of the low money encounters.
Yeah. Because there are some that are great for experience, but don't have much in the way of, like, actual money they provide. 1,000 gold. No, I would have taken that. 1,000 gold off the rock gall would have been good to have.
That would have been fine, and the XP would have been better. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 2,385 vanilla experience and 1,000 gold. Taking those 2 off the tile, even if they do ambush sometimes, you're going to survive it, because they weren't hitting that hard, and you're going to get all the money you need off of, like, 4 or 5 packs.
Yeah. Felissan maybe going to go turn in the slab here. Probably doing some of this, optional fetch quest kind of stuff, hoping to get... Oh, no, maybe we're going to ordeals.
I love being able to do that. Land in the sea at the dock and just skip all the walk. It's fantastic.
It's so good.
So
Airboat
good.
is a friend. I think she really wants that shine to get that promotion, to be able to use the better gear. No warp or exit, so she just has to go all the way through ordeals. But with the higher levels, I think she'll be okay.
Hopefully finding that quick path through soon. We knew it wasn't that bad. We just gotta get there. Davian also pointing out with 5 shards under his belt, the rock galls would have actually given more gold and experience and probably would have been an even better pack to take than what he did.
Yeah, I guess the shards affect everything.
Yep.
So anything that they want to do, they're going to get the shard bonus. But the...
Yep.
It might only have been like 4 fights then instead of 5, which... even better. Meklin going through Mermaid Floor. Gonna find the same couple of shards, and then the... It's not
crown.
the herb, it's the...
Crown.
The crown that turns into floater. So they won't have to double dip the Onrak continent?
No, they don't have to. They could honestly try and come through all this. I don't know if I'd necessarily want to do Kraken, but I'd probably be willing to dive the other side of the dungeon all the way to before Kraken and then exit out.
Yeah, and they have the exit, so they can take advantage of that.
Yeah.
That allows them to make up a little time here, but...
Shard-wise, yeah. And we know loot is just sitting in Cardia, so as soon as they check that, after getting their floater from the crown path, then they're going to be perfectly fine for everything else. Loot, just go fly up, do loot as soon as you can, which I think everyone is ingrained to do at this point. The second that you have the floater, you're just supposed to go check Canaria. Or not Canaria, Cardia. That's the meta now. We got a bonk? Oh, we got the power bonk, yeah. Power bonk we knew was an ordeals.
Meklin not doing the left side dive, just leaving.
I get it. I would have done the left side.
Yeah, I think so too. Felissan's going back to do it now. We'll see how many shards are there, but... Oh, gonna do...
Waterfall first, and then...
Waterfall, thank you.
Yep.
Maybe she'll take the Rockville tile a little. I don't know if she needs to at this point, though.
She doesn't. I mean, it's a nice tile to find for a grind. But her fighters are already starting to become beefcakes just where they are. So... Like, I think I would just figure instead I'm... Ambush Blaze. That's so rude.
Oh, that's not great. Should be okay, though, with the amount of HP they have.
Yeah, they just need to get through with the Thief Alive.
Meklin in the air at 43-45. Synpyro in the chat, our tracker, asks, how do you feel when you get your floater at 45 minutes? Bad. You feel bad.
In this flag set, yes.
Yeah.
Like, we have some flag sets where
bottle.
it's rare that you get up before 40 minutes, but normally you're in the air by the 15-minute mark in this flag set, so this feels awful.
Yeah, I do think in this quarterfinal, with all of the map edits on, sometimes it's rough and you don't get it for a very long time, but Meklin probably knows that this was accessible for a long time. Doesn't know what order Felissan did things in, but probably feeling under a bunch of pressure.
There's our cube, so we can go do the rest of Sky if we wanted, which I think he might, given where he's at.
It is right there.
Proximity, yep.
Yeah. And that's behind the bottle, which is behind the herb, which is behind the... Is that behind the ruby, actually? Does that mean that Felissan will have to do all that?
Yes. Felissan only has to do this if she wants to get the shards in the upper half of Sky and see what the item is there. Item's not go mode, because we already know where go mode is. That's the loot at Cardia. But maybe it's Chime here. Wouldn't that be funny? Sky locking Chime.
That would be funny. Yeah, she doesn't have to come here, but she still needs 13 shards. So depending on how shard dense Kraken is here, and how many she's able to pick up, probably doing Earth, it might turn out that it's worth going to Sky, and we'll find out. Stop at Lefane. Oh, turn in the slab and pick up magic, potentially. Lefane has the X-Cal, it's vanilla. Oh, no. Oh, no. Yeah.
What happened?
Lefanian linebackers strike again.
Oh, yeah.
Got sandwiched between them. No exit, no warp, and actually decided it was faster to reset out. Which is probably true.
Probably true, yeah. I'm sure almost guaranteed to be true, yeah.
Meklin finding the couple of shards that Felissan found earlier in Mirage, and then we'll be headed up. Oh, gotta do Earth. Makes sense. It's got an incentive item, it shouldn't be too bad, you're not gonna have trouble with most of the enemies here.
Yeah, it's definitely something she needs to clear. She'll get her herb then, or ruby to herb and all that, if she cares. I don't know how much I'd care at this point when all I need is 13 shards, you know?
Yeah, it depends on how many shards you find here. Like,
Hmm.
she's not doing that lower room in Earth 2, which I wouldn't do either in her position, but we know it has 2 shards.
And the Roostic.
Yeah, so that's unfortunate.
Hmm. With her having Defense Sword, I don't feel like the Roostic loss is as big a deal as it could have been. But certainly the 2 shard losses, it would make me grumpy if I knew afterwards.
Yeah.
The walk is just short enough that for 2 shards I'd be okay with it. Meklin doing the full clear here of Sky, still checking everything, which good for him. There's a ribbon.
Yeah, that's the 3rd ribbon, so that gives them 1 at least.
I was gonna say that looks like it's their first ribbon too.
One of the others is in Cardia, and I forget about the 3rd.
He should get the Cardia one while he's looking for items. Yeah, I don't remember where the 3rd ribbon is. Maybe our tracker has that written down. I don't see it. Chat can remind us. Canaria locked. He hasn't done Canaria locked yet because he only just got the key recently, so that makes sense.
Found a ton of money in Sky. Can go buy another key.
Yeah.
And on-ramp.
Just have a whole ring of them. Skipping Sky 2, Sky Spider or Sky 2. I appreciate this. I hate Sky 2. Do everything other than Sky 2 first.
I think that's right.
Mm-hmm. Slowest floor. And especially when you have, like... Well, he doesn't have Warp. He only has Exit.
Yeah.
Like, Sky 3 is so nice to check when you have Warp.
They might actually be able to learn it, but, going all the way back to get it,
yeah,
just not worth it.
Warp Black 6?
It might be Promotion Lock, too. I don't remember which thought it was.
Or just doesn't have the charges yet. Oh, no.
She doesn't know. Now she knows.
Now she knows. That's big pain right there.
We did have a Fire 3, so
that'll take care of it.
Get cleared out.
Yeah, that'll take care of everything but the Giants. I don't know what slots go where in Magic past 4, because I so rarely buy Magic past 4.
I know a couple of them, but I don't know everything.
I will admit I'm fully on board with, does the hero raise his hands? Then I know I can buy it.
Yeah, it is a very nice quality of life feature.
I don't have to memorize past the first 4, because hero raises hands. Got an Opal bracelet here in CC's Gambit.
Yeah, that's a nice pickup. It's not a shard, but
it's not a shard.
We still take it.
I mean, I'll also admit I have the slots memorized for the first 4 spell levels, and I'll still be like, oh look, I want this, and try and buy it and fail.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're just moving so fast your brain can't keep up. That was the herb for felissan there. Chime is in Sky Spider. Apparently.
Well, it's definitely got to be in Spider, and I think it has to be the Chime. Yeah, I believe that's true.
More Blaze. I'm guessing because the Grumps also have Blaze, that must be the Medusa script.
Wow, that's a lot of... That's not...
Not pretty.
Meklin squeezes out of that one, but that's not great.
No. Thankfully, should have life. And we're back up, and he's got 13 shards so far. He's actually done a pretty good job of catching up. Let's be clear.
Yeah.
4 shards behind, and just needs to go to Cardia to get the loot to get technical go mode. Yeah, no, that's good. felissan apparently is at level 22 for everyone but their Thief, and Thief is really just there to do running, so I don't know how much, like, I don't think that's a big bother to her. 22 for everyone else, that's some beefcakiness right there.
No, this is good.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, like, if she had the shards, she might make a Topher dive here.
Yeah.
Might bounce out and decide to go do something else, but I think it would be worth making the dive. She's going to follow the whole chain, probably get all the way to the cube.
There's the chime.
There's the chime.
Well, if she gets cube in hand, I think she goes back to Sky to try and find if the chime is there for class change, and then get her last 5 shards that way. 5 shards class change, and then go, and then she'll be happy.
Yeah, after she picks up this one, she'll need 7.
26? You're right, it's not 5, it's 9. 9 shards go. My brain does not math.
And that's enough that you can't just dive Kraken.
Well, it's now 8 shards to go. I don't want to fight Kraken and then Tia to get my shards, but that is on the table, technically.
Yeah, I'd be hoping to get at least some of the shards out of not doing that. She hasn't checked all of Cardia either, so that's a possibility.
Yeah. Sin Pyro cannot guarantee the accuracy of the shard count. That is fair. When they menu so fast, it's hard to keep up. I think Felissan's is right. And Meklin's was right a few minutes ago. But we may have lost both of them. There's a cube for Felissan. And she is going back to Sky.
Seems like the right play. Meklin's in Cardia now, so we'll pick up that loot and does have presumably picked up the ribbon there. I'm not 100%
Presumably.
Sure. We still haven't seen.
He's been looting everything, so.
Yeah.
And the ribbon was on this floor, this room, like this specific entrance. So I'm sure he has it. And there's the fiddle.
Yeah.
Our loot.
Almost caught up on levels too.
Yeah. No, he's done a great job of catching up, considering he took a very different route and felt very behind for a little while there. Felissan having a couple wipes did help.
Yeah. No, that early sort of get started was slow in Sky, but he's in a very good position now. Meklin's going to find the tail here, right?
Tail's here, and he has chime, so if Bahamut was chime blocked, then that's not a problem. There's the third. Oh, there's the ribbon. Yep.
All right.
Well, he's got all 3. He's got to feel real. Or they've got all 3. They've got to feel really good now. Sorry, I was misgendering there for a second. That's my bad.
All good. Getting a 3rd ribbon. Gonna fight some nothing, and then get the tail going. There is a shard in the Banesword box. That's always, it's nice to get rewarded for going down there.
This is why you check Banesword box, because it always has something. There's that ribbon for Felissan. Now they're both up on 3 ribbon. Tail for Meklin, they'll be happy. Meklin is at 14 shards. Just confirmed it looking at their menu. I think that's a skill you developed as a commentator for this, is like locking your eyes in a specific corner and be like, okay, what do I see? What do I see?
So we will get promotion. That's good.
Well, and they've been sitting on an Opal +5 from Earth this whole time, so I think they're gonna be really happy with that.
Yeah, do they have the Excal? I don't think so. That was behind Slab, right?
I think so, yeah. So they don't have it. I don't know that they care with that. Again, Mazza +2 gonna be doing all the work in the world. I think for your Chaos fight, you have your Mazza person swinging. You have the other fighter up front just using defense or ruse to just soak potential hits, and then everyone else is just buffing.
Yeah, I think that should be fine. Meklin is going to check the other Cardias, hoping to find shards. And does have the advantage of exit here, so I think that's helped save a little bit of time, too.
Yeah, I think Meklin is picking up speed just because of, like, how they did stuff and where they're going for things. And Felissan is, like, having to check everything just like Meklin was. She'll get Chime on this floor, but I'd be surprised if she doesn't check all of Sky 3 again, even still. Like, there could be plenty of shards up there. You can't just let it go.
Yeah.
Oh, Checking Sky 3 first. This is a route I see some people take, and I don't necessarily disagree.
Oh, where you do one side.
One side.
And then Sky 3.
Yeah, one side, then
I'll
do
do
the
it
3.
If I don't have work.
Yeah. Like, I get the routing decision for this. I hate Sky 2 so much. So much.
That's so fair.
It's so slow, I don't want to do it. Meklin is taking a flying tour for Volcano? Yeah. Doesn't want to do the top boss for Sky. Doesn't want to do Kraken side. Although I think if I was in his position, if I was in their position, I would do Kraken side. I feel like I'm almost guaranteed to get 2 shards just on Kraken's dive plus, 4 off the boss. And at his levels, at their levels with their gear, I think they could probably do Kraken at this point.
I would hope so. If you can't do Kraken,
You're not doing Topher, yeah.
Yeah.
No, but with class change, with the swords they have, with the Opal plus 5 armor and the Opal bracelet, they better be able to take on Kraken.
Yeah, I mean, the vanilla scripts and the increased health do sort of set a floor for how dangerous they can be, but they also set a ceiling. You're not going to get nucleared or anything. I think once felissan takes out Tia 1, she should be actual go mode, right? With 22 shards right now?
If they take out Tia, yes.
She doesn't have the chime, so she might go back to Spider Floor and begrudgingly open the rest of that. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, plus, I mean, it doesn't hurt to come and get these last few shards here, even if you're going to take on Tia. Because, yes, you don't need extra shards to unlock Topher, but if she's feeling a grind at all, the extra shards do add extra experience.
Absolutely.
Just because they're not tracked, that doesn't mean they don't do anything. You can collect all the shards and get a huge bonus off of it. It's technically viable.
I think if I saw one, I would take it. You also know that you're going to get a reasonable XP fight out of a lockbox in Sky.
Meklin maintaining just a few shards behind felissan. Still within the margin of error. And they're going to kill Carrie, I'm sure, so that's going to be a bonus too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there are a bunch of shards down here, actually, so...
It was a good call.
Might be able to go Kraken left side and then be good to go after this.
Might not even have to fight Kraken, honestly.
Maybe. Depends how many are over there. We haven't seen yet.
Well, there's one in Agama here, I remember. I think there might be one up in the upper room if Meklin checks that. So that's going to get them 21. Carrie will get them to 23. You just need 3 more before the Kraken dive if you're checking boxes. Oh, nope. They'll need 4. That's Kraken. I think you just go fight Kraken and skip rooms. This is the math you have to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you could luck into 3 on a Kraken dive. I think you're very lucky to luck into 4 on a Kraken dive.
felissan has found the chime. Just as Meklin finds the slab, felissan went... was that right, down, right?
It was. I don't agree. I very much do not agree.
That is not what you want.
No, oh, yeah, no, that got away. All that matters.
Yep.
Never punished. Hashtag never punished.
You got 2 fiends on screen.
Fast
Oh,
swing.
Swing.
Big hit from Tia. Oh, trying for a Bane. Unlucky in Bane. Gonna temper, swing, and more Bane. carry down on Meklin's side, so that takes them to 20. And it's time for them to do shard math.
You can sure tell which of Felissan's characters does not have a ribbon.
Right? It's the disposable fighter. Bane does eventually land, yay! Right when you were sure the Maz was going to kill it anyway. But that's 27 shards for Felissan, one more than she technically needs. I'm sure we'll see her class change and then get ready to go in.
Yeah, so this is ending up being more or less a full clear for both players.
Mm-hmm. And basically they cleared all the same dungeons. Almost no variance except for specific on the routing. Like the routing variance, but not the dungeon variance. It's weird to get that, where you have like routing variance, but not dungeon variance.
Yeah, I feel like in some of these flags, it's just been that way. I guess Meklin has the opportunity to pick up magic on the knights.
Yeah.
If they want to.
Yeah, because Felissan isn't going to have the levels for it unless she grinds. She does have the X-Cal, though, which I think we agreed Meklin doesn't. Meklin has the ruse that she doesn't, which means he has double evasion, because he also has the defense that he picked up.
They did just pick up the X-Cal, because that was the Lefane item.
Oh, did they just get it? Okay, cool.
Yep. And now they get Lock, Fast, and Saber on both knights, which is nice. Felissan does the equipment wiggle after class change, and then probably direct to Topher, assuming that she has heal potions.
About the only thing I think she might do is either go grind some blue stakes or maybe do a top floor Topher grind if she feels she needs it. But again, her fighters have a good chunk of health. It might not be necessary.
Life 2 at level 8, Temper at level 8. Oof. But Meklin will have access to them, and Felissan will not. So if those turn out to be critical... Oh, are we fighting Tia?
We're going to fight Tia, so once again, absolutely no dungeon variance. I don't know.
I'm
I feel
surprised by this, because they need 26, not 24.
Yeah. Tracker said the chat is saying Tracker is wrong.
Oh well, if they have 22, then
this is perfect.
This makes
yeah.
sense.
Which no, it looks like it's 22, or yeah, because there's only 4 shards remaining that they need, and that makes certain sense because again, they've done all the same dungeons, and Meklin has been checking everything, so there's absolutely no reason why he shouldn't have all this.
Yeah, they didn't take Lich, but they did take those extra 2 in the lower room on Earth 2, so it
that
basically just balances out. Oh, Felissan's buying the magic too. I think that's probably right. Like, if you end up with only your melees, having access to that fast with Chaos having slow 2 is huge.
Yeah, I think so. I think, honestly, that she's probably going to do maybe just a grind for a couple levels to get 1 charge. I don't think you buy all this magic on your knights if you're not going to at least try and get a level or 2 before you go in.
I don't think I'd seen that wing sprite in the wild before.
Which sprite?
Meklin's using the alternate sprite pack, and the wyvern and whatever the other one is called have it look like chicken wings.
Oh yeah, it's a steak and wings pack.
Excellent.
It's an old community joke that has stuck around, and Barber was good enough to draw actual fun % flags for buffalo wings and a steak for them. And yeah, blue steak right here off the power reset. Felissan's just going to do a quick, however many levels she wants, grind. I wouldn't go more than 4 levels or so, personally. Like, 4 odd, up to 2 odd levels past. I don't think you want to waste that much time. But she may have other thoughts about it, which is fair. Or that's it.
Yeah,
okay.
Really, yeah, it's interesting to take there. Like, I don't know. I think there's a tension. Do you want to spend extra time grinding to minimize the chance that you bounce out of Topher versus are you trying to go as fast as possible?
A charge or two on her characters just so they can use the spells they got is smart. Don't spend the time buying the magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah. Don't spend the time buying the magic if you're not going to get the charges. Which, in my case, means I don't bother buying the spells.
Right. Yeah, I mean, like, I think they're both valid options. It's tough to know what is better.
Yeah.
And we're in Toph at 107.31, I think.
There-ish, yep. Felissan resetting out.
Heal potions, maybe?
She bought heals. What is she missing? Just didn't get her charges back? Nice, okay. I don't know, if it was me, I might have been like, well, I came in here. I guess we're just going to try it once. But then I'd lose.
How bad your charges are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I'd lose, so.
Meklin's Knights have one charge here. So...
No grind
not
needed.
a ton.
Yeah.
But enough to maybe just go... Felissan pulls up to Lich 2. The nuke comes out first.
And he's got the shard, so he's at 26.
Nobody dies.
That's lovely to see. Almost died, but didn't, and that's all that matters.
Assuming you get more Cure 4 charges than Life 2 charges, which I believe is the case here, then it's great.
And Felissan has to heal, so Wow, we're at a spot where they're technically on the same tile. Yeah, that was a high five right there. Nuke does come out. Again, doesn't kill anyone. One swing Lich and over. And Meklin does what I do. They actually exit to the next floor first before doing that, because there's been times where I've decided to heal before leaving the Lich floor and then walked up after and had to fight Lich again. Yep. Always a feels bad moment.
Same encounters here because they both hard reset coming in. So.
And after a quick heal, they're even going to be in on the same fight. This is tight. This is real tight. This really just right now comes down to the levels that Felissan has and just boss variants on what they decide to do when they're against the fights.
Yeah, I think the gear is basically the same. They both have 3 ribbons, Masa Excal. The spells are maybe a little better for Meklin, but I don't think Meklin actually ground up to get those level 8 charges.
Well, and I don't think Felissan grabbed the opal armor, so that might be the only difference between them.
Kraken 2 punched out one of the knights. That should be okay, hopefully.
That's what life is for. It's fine.
Yep. Now we have both players on Kraken 2.
We are in and we are going. This is impressive right now. When it started and it felt like Meklin was so far behind, I was like, oh well, we might not be getting a game 3. Now it's like anyone's game, and I'm really impressed.
Meklin's taking this Kraken fight a little cautious. And that is a good way to not lose, but it's also a way that takes time, so we'll see. Felissan already starting to swing against Tia 2.
Meklin has at least been swinging with the Knight the whole time. He's just been trying to buff to make sure everyone else survives, which I can't necessarily blame him for.
No, not at all.
No.
And we're through.
Like, of all the fights you want to make sure the White Mage gets through on, it's the Kraken one, because Kraken just seems to gravitate towards the White Mage.
The Knight without the ribbon getting taken down by Pia again for Felissan.
Okay, got a little
we're
buffing.
Both in the same fight again.
Yep. Meklin doing just a little bit of buffing. Got power, got ruse, got defense. Tia not hitting for anything. Already done with the defenses now.
Yeah, maybe you use it on the white mage again, but maybe not even. We are seeing Fog 2.
Mm-hmm. Some of our ducks are big believers in fog. I've never found it to be beneficial myself, but I can always be proven wrong.
I found myself really happy I had it in one practice seed
Mm-hmm.
and bought and cast for no reason around 10 other times. So I think it's a niche thing that sometimes works out. This might be a good time for it. I would not prioritize Fog
Mm-mm.
2, personally.
Meklin's still in the Tia fight, just finished it off. Felsen just heading into the Chaos fight. And this is now where boss variance really comes into play, because the Great Equalizer within the Great Equalizer is Chaos. Vanilla Chaos can be really gross.
I think they're both in good positions. Being able to have all of this fast casting really early on is nice. But you never know what this chaos is going to do. Starting with an Ice 3 on Felissan's side, not too much damage there. Get some buffs going. Casting Quake, I guess, just in case. Go for the 3 out of 256 if you don't
never
have anything
know.
else to do. Yeah.
Temper was just out of range for most of it, so, and now Meklin is going in. So he's maybe half a minute behind. Felsen continuing to buff. And the strategy for this at this point is basically buff and buff and buff until Chaos decides to throw out the Cure 4. And once Chaos throws out the Cure 4, you go all-out attack.
Black Wizard down for Meklin already. Lighting it back up to get more spells. Ice 3 comes out there as well. Lit 3 on Felissan's side, not going to do any real damage.
Felissan's in a great place right now. So much health, so many buffs. Able to just weather this for right now. Slow 2 lands on the ninja who we don't care about. There's the Cure 4.
There's the Cure 4.
Freight train's about to happen. And we're just going to lock and swing.
Black Mage down for Meklin again.
It looked like 840 damage,
damage,
but it might have only been 84 damage off that swing.
Pretty sure it was 848.
Okay.
This is 748. Yeah, getting there.
2 more swings like that, and Felissan's got this. Although Meklin's swinging for good damage, too.
Wait, fight, wait. Another 880. Ninja's down, that's fine. Meklin hit for 555. Didn't see the damage for Felissan there, but there was some more.
There's Secure 4 already, so yeah, Felissan's got this. Unfortunate for Meklin.
Terminated.
Honestly, I think if Chaos hadn't Cure 4'd there, Meklin might have been able to tie this up.
Yeah, that's
heartbreaker. But GG's for Felissan.
Absolutely. GG's. Finished with a racetime.gg time of 1:14:51. We'll see if Meklin is able to make it a close one here. Looking promising so far.
We'll drag Felissan in. GG's Felissan.
GG's.
We're just watching the Meklin fight wrap up right now. They're within a swing or two at this point, honestly.
Looks like it.
Yep. Swirl doesn't do much, but the X-Cal didn't do much either. 720 there is the finish, and that's Meklin finished. GG's to Meklin, and I will drag them in as well. GG's, Meklin.
GG's.
Yo, GG's, Felissan.
GG.
That was close.
That was really close.
Yep.
I was sweating bullets going through there, too. Like, she hasn't finished yet. I have a chance. I have a chance. And then at some point in the middle of the chaos fight, I saw the chat move and was like, oh, no. But, I mean, I'm glad that I made it this close. So that was a interesting seed.
And a huge congrats for making it this far through the tournament and putting out some really good performances. Like, seriously, getting the top 1 finish in that round of 8 LCQ with how loaded it was.
Oh, I know. That I still don't know. I just lucked into everything so well, and I think watching it back, like I saw everyone had a lot of issues with Topher with that seed. So like, yeah, I think that I just got really lucky with that one. But um, I'm happy I've made it this far. Um, GG's to you, Fellison, for moving on to face Chanigan or Fryteeth. That should be fun.
So let's look at the seed that we had. You guys went in two very different directions. Meklin, you ended up doing Earth early, while Fellison went to check Sky to see if it was time locked or not, and then explore what was in there. And that it was weird because it kind of created divergence for both of you, but then you both essentially did the exact same dungeons in the exact same ways.
The reason I went Mirage was just to get the money for the key.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. I took a bit of a grind in Waterfall for because I was very close on gold and I didn't want to explore the west side of Seashine without like a way to kill Kraken. So I figured like I could find green dragons in Waterfall or something else that would give me the gold that I needed to grab the key and just explore.
Rex, you got questions for our runners?
I have one question, actually. I'm curious how you were thinking about party composition. Fellison eventually picked up the Thief after starting with a red mage, and Meklin, you started the black mage, reset out, and took a white mage. We actually thought you took a red mage for a minute, because I don't have those sprites memorized. Were you always looking to go white-black? And Fellison, were you always looking to pick up the Thief? I'm curious how you approached it with a double fighter, because that always limits your options.
Here it was a bit of a blessing combinatorics thing, where I noticed that even if the spell list didn't end up being that good, I had all the important stuff across the Thief and the Red Mage, aside from life, which wasn't quite guaranteed, but ended up being there. So it kind of makes up for the risk of going just one mage. Though in this seed, the white mage was really good compared to this complete train wreck of a red mage that was casting Quake for half the game.
Yeah, the early spells was pretty terrible. For me personally, like having the 2 melee already, I felt like I wanted to have the 2 casters, so I figured I saw the white mage in the tavern. I'm just gonna reset and make sure I have a white mage and a black mage. Or it was a black mage in the I don't remember what, but yeah, I wanted to have both at the beginning, just for spells for the end game. Red mage having a limited selection, not being guaranteed some of the good spells like Cure 3, Cure 4, Life 2, like Heal 3, Lamp, stuff like that. And then like after seeing the early magic, I was like, I'm glad I took both because like I really don't have an option for either. But then I found the light axe, and I was like, hey, I can do damage now. But yeah,
But you could also have done damage equipping that light axe to the black mage, but it makes sense that neither of you did.
Oh, the black mage did have equip axe. I forgot about that. At one point, I think I found the wizard stick was in the Topher too, and I was like, I guess I could like use that as a free confuse cast and hope it lands and enemies can use improved fire to take themselves down. But I mean, I've had a seed where I had to use confuse to take down the pirates.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So.
Hey, this seed I cast Stun on Garland. I'm pretty sure that's a first for me.
Oh, nice. I think I just swung at Garland. I think I cast something and I just swung.
Yeah, those scimitars would have just done the job on their own.
Yeah. There was like two scimitars or something like that, +5 in the shop. I was like, that should be good enough.
Those things did 3-digit damage from a level 1 fighter. That's good.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so
this seed was really hilarious the whole way through, though. I guess Meklin missed out on some of the comedy, like that chime-locked Bahamut.
Yeah, I completely missed that. I dove Sky, and I found the chime in there, and it was like really deep, and I was like, I don't know if I actually need this at this point because I think I've seen every entrance. And then when Felissan told me what entrance was chime locked, I was like, well, I'm glad I found the chime. That's nice because I found the tail after. And yeah. Now for me, I struggled with the I kept getting blizzard and blazed down by everything and thundered by everything, and my black mage kept going down and couldn't get levels. And like when I finally got into Earth, the first chest that I opened up on the incentive floor had a pack of grumps that cast blizzard and just wiped me out. And I was like, man, I grinded all that time just to have an exit cast, and this is what I got from it. Nothing. I had to redive, but that was the story for me. It was continuously getting skilled down.
Yeah, I went off so late that by that point I had two, maybe, I don't know if I had the third ribbon. It's not often that I find all the ribbons.
Oh yeah, I found all of them too, yeah.
So looking ahead, unfortunately, Meklin, you are out of the tournament. I know. Don't want to rub salt in the wound there, but you did great. Getting this far was fantastic. Felissan, you're going to be facing off against the winner of Chanigan or Freyteeth, of which Freyteeth is down 1 to Chanigan. What are your thoughts going into that?
I'm looking forward to it. Thinking back on how 1 year ago I was introduced to the Rando and I watched some games, I'm pretty sure actually was there a matchup between those two, and that's some people I remember really looking up to when I was first introduced to it, and it feels kind of surreal to be about to go up against one of them. So yeah, can't wait to have a really, really intense test of my skills.
And Meklin, thoughts on the tournament? Thoughts looking ahead for what's coming up later in the year?
This was a lot of fun. My first winter tournament, obviously. I joined the community back in July, and I feel like I made a lot of progress in the short time I've been here. But I had a lot of fun, and I look forward to, the future tournaments coming up. Definitely excited for Platy Party and the Lefanian Ladder. Also looking forward to co-op this year. Co-op should be a lot of fun. But
yeah, we've floated the idea of team right done right.
Absolutely. But yeah, I just want to say, thanks to the crew for coming out. Synpyro on tracking, Rax and Darkmoon on comms, and Darkmoon doing the restream. Appreciate y'all last minute hopping in. And again, GG's Felissan. Good luck in the next round.
GG's, and again, congrats.
Thanks. You too.
Rax, anything else from you?
I just want to say GG's to both of our runners. Awesome match to get to commentate, to get to see. Felissan, good luck moving on. We've got some really exciting matches left in this tournament, so I'm gonna make sure to catch them, and I encourage all of our audience to do so too if you can. Thanks for jumping in the booth with me, Darkmoon. Synpyro, thanks as always for the tracking, and yeah, it's been an awesome race.
So let's move on to final thoughts then. Felissan, as the winner, we'll go with you first.
I don't have much to say that wasn't said already.
Fair enough. Meklin, any further final thoughts?
Nope, ditto for me. I'm just excited for more racing coming up this week. So, yeah, GG's everybody.
Awesome. If you like what you saw and you want to see more, come to FinalFantasyRandomizer.com. We have links to the Discord and the development Discord on the website, as well as the randomizer itself, links to the wiki so you can learn about it, and so much more going on. We have the Duckling events picking up as soon as winter tournament is over, after I think maybe a 1 or 2 week break. Duckling Boot Camp to teach you all about the game with 6 weeks of classes and lessons and awesome videos for you to watch. And then the Duck Boot Camp comes up Duck Derby comes up right afterwards, which lets our ducklings go in and compete in the tournament to see who becomes the next Duckling Supreme. That's going to start in late March, so if you're interested, definitely come join the Discord and get ready to roll, because all ducks are gonna be welcome. For myself in the booth, Rax, Sin Pyro, I'm sure Meklin and Felissan as well. Thank you so much for watching. This has been a presentation of Final Fantasy Randomizer, our winter tournament quarterfinals. We hope to see you again later for more of this, and don't forget to tune in tonight for the memorial stream for our member Hate13. We are sad to see him gone, but we will still be running Final Fantasy in his memory. Thank you so much, and we will see you all again tonight at 5 for that.